We're back here on the Yaffee program. This is News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. Glad you joined the show today. Don't forget, we have a great lineup continuing on with The Vince Show coming up next. Christopher Reed and the Daily Controversy after that. Mark Levin this evening as well. Right now, though, it's that time of the show once again where we have the Yaffee program Rewind. And it is that time of the show again as well, where I remind you, if you missed any of it live, well, the podcast up on the website, WVNN.com, or anywhere you get your podcasts. So pretty easy to do. Go to WVNN.com or subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or get the WVNN app, the TuneIn Radio app, the iHeartRadio app. I mean, I can't make it any easier for you. If you missed the show live, check out the podcast. And the Rewind is brought to you by Jay's Appliance Outlet. I want you to kick off your summer with some big deals at Jay's Appliance Outlet. They're over there off 72 in Athens. You'll see the sign says up to 60% off new appliances. That's because that's what they have. Whether you're getting your home ready for summer gatherings or you just need some reliable appliances, or maybe yours is not working and you need something new now, well, Jay's, they have brands you trust at prices that keep your budget in check. From brand new refrigerators to scratch and dent washers and dryers, they have overstock deals as well. I want you to give them a call if you need a new appliance. They're a family-owned business. You always get friendly, honest service you can count on with real help from people who care. So like I said, their showroom's off 72 in Athens. It's right next to the Dollar General, right before the Pep Boys up there. Go to jaysapplianceoutlet.com, jaysapplianceoutlet.com, or dial pound 250. Say the keywords Jay's Appliance Outlet. Jay's Appliance Outlet, real savings, reliable appliances, and service you can count on all summer long. Let them know you heard about it from Yaffee. So recapping what we talked about on the show today, and a reminder once again, check out the podcast. At the beginning of the show, I had talked about the fact that Zoran Mamdani, he's almost like Trump, where he's had some endorsements, and the candidates he's endorsing, rallying for, have won. And the question really is then, why is it that democratic socialism is doing well in some of these areas? You can chalk it up to education. You can chalk it up to illegal immigration. But honestly, they are willing, at the very least, to deal with issues that are affecting the middle class and the lower classes. The price of housing, the price of health care, the price of child care, and the price of education. Their solutions are terrible. It's just more socialism, just so you know. It's going to make the problem worse. But I've been warning Republicans, if you don't at the very least deal with those problems, you're going to lose some of these elections. Now, of course, he's been very anti-Israel as well. Go and play the Zoran Mamdani cut for me, Walker.
Some members of the Jewish community, including Democratic Congressman Josh Gottheimer, were alarmed by the language you used at the rally last week, calling AIPAC monsters who move dark money. These are phrases that invoke old anti-Semitic tropes and conspiracy theories. What do you say to those who are concerned that the language you used is dangerous?
Now, I want to be very clear. We're talking about a status quo where children are being killed on a daily basis. More than 1,000 Palestinians have been killed by the Israeli military since the so-called ceasefire. Even an Al Jazeera journalist, Ahmed Wishah, was killed this past Saturday by an Israeli strike. And when I am speaking about AIPAC, I'm speaking about an organization that has been supportive of the status quo, that has fought any attempt to actually deliver safety to people not just in Palestine, but frankly, through much of the region. And it is a status quo for immorality. It is one that I will not accept. And when it comes to the way in which they defend the status quo, oftentimes they defend it through direct contributions, as we are seeing right now in New York 13. Oftentimes they also support the status quo through dark money, by filtering money that would have previously been directly from AIPAC, now through other shell organizations whose identities of their contributors are only made clear after an election. And I think that it is important that when we ask ourselves how such death and destruction is happening overseas, we also name those who allow it to take place.
Sorry, we're going to go.
No, you're not naming those. You are not naming Hezbollah and Hamas. That's who you should name if you're going to have a problem with violence over there. So we talked about that earlier. The podcast is up. We had the Alabama bullet points as well, including some stories about economic growth in the state. So check out the bullet points on the podcast. We had Congressman Barry Moore on, who's running for the U.S. Senate. He talked about his bill and a new poll that shows the majority of parents in this country would support warning labels or a rating system when it comes to kids programming and LGBTQ content. So we talked about that. Also the fact that he voted against a housing bill that Katie Britt supported that actually passed. Trump was going to sign it, but then Trump said today he's not going to sign it yet because he wants them to pass the Save America Act. So we talked about that. The podcast is up. Then earlier this hour, we talked about the latest in Iran. Yeah, President Trump saying that Iran has agreed to allow inspectors into their country, but Iran is saying no, that they didn't. Already, this is a problem. Already. But Marco Rubio is in the Middle East today. He is continuing negotiations, so we played some cuts of him. We talked about that earlier on in the show, of course. And yes, Tommy Tuberville as well did an interview talking about the Save America Act, where he's pushing to really have this passed, but we can see if it ever actually does get passed. And we had What's Trending with Walker, so thanks to Walker for producing today. Thanks to you for listening. The Vince Show is coming up next. I'll be back tomorrow at the same time. See you then.
The Yaffee Program.
Hey there, I'm Paula Pan. I help people make the smartest money decisions possible.
If you don't control your money, it controls you.
Yeah, you're not in control of your finances and you have to look outside of yourself to live the life that you want. You're not in control. You're like,
what is it that you actually want? Money should follow the dreams and goals, because sometimes we make the dream and goal the money and you've overworked yourself and you've exceeded what you've needed for the actual thing you want. Sometimes we forget, what's the actual thing you want?
Afford anything. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Square up.
Yo, what's going on, man? It's Andre Berto, two-time world champion. I fought. I loved it. I really wanted to do that sit down from a fighter's perspective.
My G. What's going on? Caleb Platts.
What's going on, my boy? Now you got a chance to really draw in your audience, to let them see who you are.
I've had to have a lot of internal talks to say, do I even want to carry on?
As fighters, we know what time it is. I think the time is now.
Square up.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform. Let's go.